Hello, I am Eva Abramczyk, 89 years old, living in Hollywood, Florida, where I'm enjoying myself, and came here with my husband in '92. He suffered from Parkinson's disease, and he needed a warmer climate. Also, my mother was residing here. And I've been a widow now for a long time. And I was born in Germany and then raised in the city of Danzig, which was a free city at the time between the two world wars. And it was a wonderful place to live. We had great parks and beautiful surroundings. The beach was not very far. And life was wonderful. But I noticed my parents, especially when we visited my mother's family, people were worried about something. And I started asking questions. And when we visited my grandparents, my mother's father said to me, "Oh, don't worry about it. I was fighting in the war to end all wars, the First World War. You don't have to worry about a thing." All right. But I did realize my parents were worried. I was going to a Jewish day school, and I had some wonderful friends. And these friends mostly went on the Kindertransport to London, to England. And my mother would not send me because I was an only child, and she was worried that wasn't good for me. She wanted to be together with me, no matter what happened. And what happened? First of all, my parents took me out of that school about a half a year before the school had to be closed. And the other thing, and they found a very small school for me, 24 students, a wonderful teacher and director, and they would have sworn that I was there from day one. The next thing that happened, Kristallnacht. And what is Kristallnacht? It's also called the Night of Broken Glass, when in Germany the synagogues were burned, broken into, looted, and so were Jewish businesses. And people were beaten on the streets, and things were terrible. Well, Danzig was very different. It was still Danzig in 1938, and somebody leaked the information to the trustees of our synagogue. These trustees stood around the synagogue holding each other by their arms and hands, surrounding the whole synagogue. It was a round building. And the synagogue survived. It was survived until maybe early 1940. On September 1st, 1939, our world changed because the German army was marching in, taking over. From their viewpoint, they liberated the town of Danzig and the citizens thereof. When I spoke to children for many, many years, about 19 years, there's one message I always left them with. Excuse me if I get a little sentimental at this point. And I also want my children and my grandchildren to hear it. They have heard it, but it does no harm to hear it again. And my message is, if you meet people who are very different from you, whether they are different in religion, in race, in color, in language, or in costume, it doesn't matter. Greet them as an individual. You may even become friends, because I learned from my experiences that there are good people, there were good Germans, They were good people wherever I went. You could meet anti-Semites in America, where people were very good to us. We found helpful Germans in Germany, and I want you to remember, do not judge people by their outside. Get to know them, they may become good friends. And that's very important, especially at this time when I'm doing this video. I'm talking now in 2018, and there's a lot of hatred out there. And when I was given an honor in 2016, my rabbi was interviewed for the person who was introducing me, and he remembered me as a person of universal love. And it is very important that we spread the love, not hatred.